Is Windows 10 Pro for Business the most secure Windows ever? Call an advisor today on 0800 169 1745.
Turn left onto Helen Avenue, then turn left onto Harlington Road West.
And my favourite sandwich is crunchy peanut butter, spread generously on white bread with my
Turn left onto Harlington Road West, A312. Continue on A312 for half a mile.
When it comes to your toothbrush and toothpaste, you should. Oral-B Pro Expert toothpaste is the #1 most used by dentists in the UK, so switch to Oral-B today for a dentist clean feeling at home. Oral-B, fresh like a pro.
especially after gherkins. David Lammy on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
It's David Lammy here on LBC, and I was just talking to Alistair Campbell and his son Callum. Alistair's written a book called Living Better, How I Learned to Survive Depression. And in that book, Alistair shares with us the poignant story of his son Callum's fight with addiction and addiction to alcohol. Starting to drink at the age of 10, and sadly it culminated at the age of 21, with Alistair having to demonstrate tough love, really, shutting the door on the front door on him as he turns up drunk, and all that flows from that. And it really leads me to think about addiction in my own family. My father struggled with alcoholism. My wife's mother struggled with alcoholism. I certainly, amongst my siblings and extended family, have had real issues with alcohol and with...
In 300 yards, keep left to continue on Fags Road.
It's affected me, and I'm sure it's affected many of you. So please do call in and tell us your story. And the thing that I'm most concerned about is how you deal with a loved one who's fighting.
Keep left to continue on Fags Road.
Love the way, or have you just got to keep walking with them? Because we all know that until the individual faces
In a
up,
quarter of a mile, turn left onto Great Southwest Road, A30.
change, but how hard and how painful it is, and those shame and guilt stories that all of us struggle with in our families are very, very real. I'm joined now by Dr. Niall Campbell, who's a consultant psychiatrist at the Priory Hospital. Dr. Campbell, thank you so much for joining us. How do you begin, if you're listening, how do you begin, and you know that you have a loved one who's struggling with an addiction? It could be a sex addiction, it could be gambling, many people dealing with alcohol and drugs. How do you begin to take those steps with an individual?
Good evening, David. Thanks for having me on the show. Very interesting to listen to Alistair Campbell and his son Callum. Ironically, the same name as my oldest son. Yes, I know, just about the same age. No, in fact, I think they answered a lot of those questions if you listen to them. I'm not going to talk about their cases specifically, but you're talking about a parent who sees their child, and I see people like this several times a week. Either let's talk with the child, or as parents come to me and say, what can I do about this? So you have both. We're both talking there. You have the parent talking about what they see their child going down the drain, and then you have the child who I presume is in recovery, and he is saying, I suppose the key question that we all know, if you're an addict, you've got to want to change yourself. Everybody else shouting you and telling you and pointing out the consequences in the case of alcohol to your physical health, mental health, your relationship health, your employment health. No amount of people shouting at you about that will change if you don't want to. However, a parent or somebody...
Take the second left onto Great Southwest Road, A30.
I think the thing about Alistair Campbell, who's talked a lot about is depression, is talking about it, is talking about your own